Founded in 1979 as a tournament held in 75 to 100 U.S. cities, where novice amateur boxers with no more than 5 sanctioned wins in 5 years can test themselves in the ring with 3 one-minute rounds. A contest that has killed 12 people in the last 29 years, known as the Toughman Contest. Well, I suppose this counts. Yay. All right.
EA Sports. It's in the game.
Good old Butterbean. Well, to start the game off, you've got a few choices. You can enter the Toughman Contest, you can play a customizable tournament, a password, but let's start with just the exhibition fight, as I did originally. Now, as a match is about to begin, you'll be treated to a very slow and boring introduction. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Coliseum, where it's the highest anxiety... Oh, forget this. Yes, pretty card girl. Now, let's just start the fight already before those two lions do something funny. Now, right off the bat, when I picked up and played this game, I just got hammered. I didn't know what I was doing. And even though I was able to hit him a few times, in the end result, I always got dropped. It was so embarrassing. I still can't win an exhibition fight today. Now, just like the Toughman Contest, every round is 1 minute long, and there's only 3 rounds, so fights don't last very long. However, that is still enough time for someone to get knocked out. Most likely you, as... ouch, I get dropped. Now, I find that when you go down, you don't actually have to do anything. You don't mash a button to make yourself get up, it does it on its own, so all you do is sit back and pray. Aye. Also, I've noticed that they are amateurs, but they don't seem to wear headgear. And they also threw a few illegal blows, like an elbow and a headbutt. I've never seen the Toughman Contest, but I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Well, enough of that. Let's get into the entry mode. Now, in this mode, you've got 4 different regions to choose from, each one with its own set of goofy named boxers. Like the US, Coolio Locke, Biff Blanding, Freddie Bravo, Benny something, PJ Rock, and the list goes on in the other regions, like TK O'Reilly, whatever. Now, starting up, this time around I actually read the manual and learned that the difference between a light punch and a heavy one is holding a button down, or just tapping it. By tapping the A button or the C button, you'll do a quick little jab with that hand, left-right, as usual. And if you hold the button down, you'll throw a hook. Oddly enough, this time around, the B button is also a punch. You hold it and you'll throw an uppercut. Defense is done mainly with the D-pad, which is kind of like Punch-Out, but feels nothing like it. While you do dodge left, right, duck, and guard by holding up, it is not a pattern. There's actually some strategy in here, as well as a little bit of mashing to keep you interested. Macho. Just simply learning these basic controls did actually improve my game quite a bit, as in I was actually able to knock an opponent down and win a few fights. Another thing to know is, like I mentioned before, you don't do anything when you go down to get up. Instead, the time to mash buttons is when your opponent goes down. That's the way to regain health slowly. Just like that. I find these little menus in between rounds are pretty cool, as you can choose right there to throw in the towel or look at stats or just say forget it, I want to keep fighting. Now, I'll probably beat these first 2 opponents, but if you let it, the game will get really challenging at one point. Thus the name Toughman Contest. Take note that, like I said, this game is not a button masher. If you throw a wild uppercut and miss, then you are gonna pay for it later. Also, the basic boxing strategy does apply. Hitting them with the lighter punches and then timing the perfect follow-up with the heavier ones, a combo, is going to increase the speed and effect of them. Not to mention, if your opponent is blocking your punches, then don't keep throwing them. That's the time to stop, rest, or whatever, do something else. Maybe throw to the body. Now, this first opponent isn't taking advantage of all these mess-ups I'm doing, but later on in the game, well, they will quite a bit. So, I do win this first fight. TKO, yep, 3 knockdown rule applies. And then you get your face in a newspaper, blah blah blah. Now, later on in the game, the opponents do get extremely difficult, so you can't just swing wildly and get a knockout. They will take full advantage of your mess-ups, and even showboat a little about it. By that I mean they'll wind up a punch or just freaking throw weird ones. It's kind of hard to explain, but let's just say they're gonna know that you're not so good at this game. Okay, so I get up this time, and oh no, I'm hurt. So can I? Oh boy. There's the wind up, and I'm out of there. So I lose a fight. It's the end of the world. I'm gonna go kill myself now. No need for that. Now this next fight is just a disaster. I completely swing wildly and he doesn't even pretend to care. You can tell, just watch how this one goes. Backhand slap. I go down from that. What do you call those? Whatever. So I get up, and then he starts to juggle me a little. So I try to, at this point I don't even care. I'm just swinging, trying to hit him. Ow, I hit him. Oh no. What a nightmare. Well, all in all, this is what I gotta say. The graphics are kinda rough, and the game can get pretty punishing if you let it. But this is still a fun find, and if you are a fan of the genre, by that I mean boxing, I recommend you give it a try. There's also a port on 32X. If you're wondering about that, same game looks better. So all in all, I give this game 3 deaths out of 5 contenders. That was an awful thing to say, I feel bad about it, but the best things in life don't come easy.
One, two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. One, two, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8.